Hello everyone, this is Sharing Creations by Carrie. We're on round 2 of recording because guess who forgot to turn their mic on? Me! So I have already been playing a little bit. I am mixing the mica powders, whatever they call them. Hey, cool it, buddy. The grand fur baby. Ow! See, not in the side. Mixing it with the Mod Podge, like I did, and I showed you the after because it was just a test run to see if it would work, and it absolutely did. So all it is some Mod Podge, which this just happens to be the dishwasher safe one, mixed with they call it all kinds of different names. It's a pearlescent type powder. It doesn't matter what brand, I don't think. But I think I definitely need to add some water to it, which I should before I move to the next color. It would be a smart idea to do before. Move on to another color because the texture is needed. Now that looks a lot better. Kind of like a thin down frosting. It's not thick. You're able to be fluid with it. Let's mix this dark teal, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm glad I didn't go through the entire video and realize I didn't turn the mic on, because I was already frustrated before I even started. The meds that they got me on is making my hands shake. And so when I'm trying to do more detailed things, my hands are shaking. And that's very frustrating. Like when you try to put on like a sentiment that has the background, trying to get that on there straight is like needle in a haystack trying to find the right spot. And it's very frustrating when you've never had that problem before. So now I can already feel the shakiness. I don't know if it's the meds, but I never used to be shaky, so really frustrating when your body changes. And it doesn't act the way it normally does. Like my leg strength is still not back. Still struggling with that. I can still take the dogs for their walks, but they're used to the other pace that I had before. And so sometimes they get a little too much. And I'm trying not to get dragged by them. The littles aren't too bad. It's the big ones who are used to Grandma and Mommy taking them for kind of a joggy run. And they're not getting a joggy run, they're getting a slow struggle walk. So I did my first treatment, radiation treatment. And It pretty much made me sleepy. I got tired easy. I'd fall asleep. I'd wake up for a little bit, fall back to sleep. So, not supposed to have any side effects. So, at least that's what they tell me. I might get a little bit of pinkness, maybe a little loss of hair in that spot. But I had to move my head a little bit so the mask didn't fit on my head the way it did when they originally formed it. And I think that's because of afterwards, after they made the mask, they had me go for an MRI that was more detailed, small sliced images. And I think that the spot that they needed to go for is a little bit slightly moved over in a different spot than they originally thought, based off of the surgery, which they were not the ones that did the surgery, so they had to take it off of the imaging. So then I ended up with a mark across my, I felt it over my eyebrow. So I had a line going just above my eyebrow and across this eyebrow, which made it uncomfortable because the mask is locked down onto the table. Having a hard time with that part. So dealing with it, but trying to deal with the insurance aspect of it, the not working aspect. Finally got my position held, saved at my job. So I got the paperwork in. Doesn't mean they're saving my job. Because they can go, yep, and then when it comes time for me to go back to work, because I'm beating this. Even my husband was like, you're too dang stubborn. You're beating this. So I don't know what's going to happen when it's come time for me to go back to work. So that's another unknown. That's a pretty purple too. This is interesting. I don't know if I use this for a background or cut out letters in it, shapes. Because I'll show you after I make a mess with this. Is the pieces that I showed in a previous video of the ones that I did do off camera. It has, I've used them for cutting out images. So it's pretty cool that you can use them not just for backgrounds, but for images. Okay. See, now if you look at this, I would have taken that as red. And that's what it is. That's pink. At least my vision, it's pink. So I don't know what is going to happen with what these are going to end up being, but I can definitely cut out things with it. Because the ones that I did with the backgrounds, which looked like they were going to be backgrounds, not all of them became backgrounds. Because get stuff all over my fingers. Ugh. Oh yeah, I was dealing with my skin drying out too. My nails have grown though. So I guess that's a good sign. Messy. Yuck. The one thing I've always hated is working with the medium, getting the stuff on my fingers. Okay. So here's one that I've done where it was a leopard looking background and it had the pink, purple, and the blue. So I cut out flowers. And I actually cut out and did for 2. That was one of the sheets, which was up here. Oh, it's under here. That's what it was one of the leopard print backgrounds. And I used a die for a flower and just cut 3 of each and 2 cards, 2 card fronts with a strip of some other papers. So if you don't like your background, you can do cutouts with them. Take some of your dies and cut them out. So like this. You can get textures with different items that you use. Oop, stuck it in there. Oop. You can use different tools to make different textures. So it's not, this one won't be smooth. This one will have different darks and lights going on, but it'll still have that pearl color. Oh, let's see. Need to get another baby wipe because that one's done. Jeez. This dog is something else, I'm telling you. Alright. Let's do with this pink. Oh, I did stick it in, huh? Sure looks like it. Some on my knuckle. And this is going to dry with leaving no residue. No, none of the mica powder rubbing off. It will have, depends on which Mod Podge you use though. This is crazy. I have no idea what, I'm just playing. Literally just playing with it because I have no idea what this is going to look like when all said and done. What I would even use it for. If you do a matte finish, then you're going to get you're still going to get a shine to it, but it's going to be the pearl from the powder. It's not going to be dull. It's not going to be high gloss either. But you're still going to have a shine to it because of the mica powder. What a mess. But who knows what I'll end up even using this for. But it'll get used for something. Just don't know what. But that's kind of cool. I don't know what I'll use it. Sentiments, maybe? Get this off my fingers. Made a big mess, so we'll set this one aside to dry. Because I'm going to try with the brush with the other colors. So messy. Just slid into the trash can. It's a mess. It's messy. It's definitely not one of your clean materials. Sorry about the shaking. I haven't finished my big table yet because I haven't even been in here for like 5 days. So yeah. So I haven't even finished organizing the big table. Jesus, like dry quick. You gotta be on this quick. Let's see if using the water to loosen it. Oh, I think so. Goodness. What a mess. Yeah. What are you doing, Zeke? That's a mess. Yuck. Yeah, not a fan of messy projects.
Yeah.
Get some of this up. Ooh, squeak. Trying to get this paint crap up. Alright. Goodness. Alright. Alright, so we got another piece of paper. Let's see what else. We'll stick it in. Teal. I'm doing like a eternity circle or a figure 8. And do all these colors. Look how quick that dried. So you have to factor in how quick when you make your colors. Try not to do as many as I did at once, unless you hit it with some more water to get up. Yep, add some water and it'll give you more time. I think that's a super pretty color. Okay, let's try purple. Actually, that looks like lavender, don't it? And I wrote light purple. So that kind of looks lavender, not light blue. That's how hard it is to tell what color it's supposed to be. You know, that looks light blue to me. Who knows? My fishing is crap too. Alright. So it looks like it's going to be a light blue lavender. I don't know. I guess I'll have to wait to see what happens when it's fully dried to know the right color. Try another technique, or really not another technique. Basically, a different style of covering. I don't really consider this a technique. Just smashing the brush. So it gives you a different texture. I think I'm getting my shirt too. Oh, just got the table. Interesting. Splattered a whole lot, didn't I? Dang it. Trying to get all that up. It doesn't seem like it's pulling it up as much as I need it to. Oh well. The amount. Oh, jeez. Good one. Like how much powder you add in it is going to be how dark your color is. Because this looks like it's lighter than originally planned. Like it's darker over here on this side. And this is not a mixed medium paper by any means. This is just a plain cardstock. I can't remember if this is, I think this is like 65. And I got one watercolor piece of paper left. And I'm not buying anymore, so you can still use this paper. Regular white cardstock. So I played with the colors. These are gonna be good for cutting out shapes like flowers. I mean, this can be a background for a boy's card because it's got a lot of things going on. Depends on what you come up with for a background. We'll decide if these are used for backgrounds or if they're used for cutting out shapes and letters, and see what you come up with. But this will dry just like this. This is the exact same mica powder on here that I had showed you before, that I use stencils with. This is all mica powder, Mod Podge, and water, and nothing comes off. So that's two. I didn't do anything with that one. Then I've got this butterfly, this dragonfly, this butterfly, using paper just like this that I showed in a previous video. Just cutting out different things so you've got the different colors going on there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that one in this, but just cutting out different shapes, doing an embossing line. Embossing lines, MB cards. Natalie, she did a series where she did embossing lines in hers. So I was like, well, let's try, see what it looks like, and I think it looks pretty cool. It adds interest to the card. So then this is another one that I cut out little flowers, and then I just changed the centers of where the centers go, and I did 3 embossing lines. This one I like because it's interesting too. But just taking little pieces, like I cut this piece out. There's a die I have for that. That's the center of another die. That's the center of the, where is it? That's not it. Where is it? Darn it. Okay, this circle came out of this circle. Or is it this one? This one. It came out of the center of that. This came out of the center of another die cut. This piece and this piece came out of, I'm not sure which one it was, but it was either the dragonfly or the butterfly, the pieces around it, like the centerpiece. One of the pieces from here is actually this piece. And this one, trying to see if it came out of the center of this. So you can take pieces from one die cut and use it in another die cut and end up with a pretty cool, I think it's space type looking. Then I had this one where I just cut out a bunch of butterflies, all the different dies that I have for the butterflies. And I had just done 4 embossing. Embossing, is that the right word? When you fold your card, when you make the line to do the fold of your cards. Why do I feel like my brain is just gonna do? Take this, what do they call this? Scoring board, not embossing. Goodness, scoring. All of these have scoring lines. So you're sticking your piece of paper in. You're picking what size, what spacing you want for your scoring. And then you just do the score marks. Where did I get the embossing? Don't ask me. It's another set of cards that I did. But you're doing the score marks. And then the last one is this one. I have these huge pieces. I think probably came from Dollar Tree a long time ago. And so I happen to have three. Cut out three flowers out of so I think I smooshed these colors. The 3 or 4 colors. I did smooshing on a piece of paper. And then just cut out flowers. And then I did the scoring lines going diagonal. So they were going this way. So it adds some dimension and interest to the card. I'm going to end up selling these cards. That's what's going to be the plan. I have a Facebook page that's going to be me selling the cards that I've made in sets. So at this batch is I took all of the scoring boards or scoring. Okay, wrong word again. Embossing folders, and took a piece of vellum the same size as the card piece and embossed them together. Then took them apart and then did ink on them. So this one I rubbed the ink pad over it so it caught the hearts are darker than the backgrounds. So the hearts stand out more and the background looks a little bit on the blended side. Did the same thing with the large polka dots. This one is the embossed dots, embossed circles, the different size circles. So I just kind of took the ink pad and hit certain ones and then did another color. Looks kind of messy. I like it, but then I don't like it because I didn't control where everything went. I think it looks interesting, and then I don't know. Undecided on that one, I guess. And then this one just tried to hit the tops. You have to be super careful and super light with the hand if you're trying to only get the part that's raised. And these are not 3-dimensional. These are 2-dimensional embossing folders. 3-dimensional, they're easier because it stands out way more. And then this one I just kind of just went heavier handed. This one kind of looks like brick. So I went a little more heavier handed to definitely get the raised part and still tried to get the deep embossed. I don't know. I always get those two backwards. And then this one I tried to just get the tips. I tried not to go too heavy on this one. Tried to be very light to catch the tips. And same with this one. As I can't remember if I did both the other side and I think I made a mess out of it, so I flipped it. So you got 2 chances. And then the stars. This looks like a denim jacket of some sort. Interesting with the little the only way I could think of is to get it to stick on is the dot tape. Because either way, they say double-sided tape, they say certain glues, everything I've tried, you can still see it through the vellum. So Apparently, there's one out there that you can't see it, but I'm not willing to pay the price for what they want. So I don't know what those will end up on the on that site, on that Facebook page. Um, I'll have to put a link because I don't remember what I called it. Handmade cards from a cancer fighter is what my Facebook group is. I think it's pretty sure it's public, so you don't have to request an invite. Um, it's just a way for me to try to make some money, seeing that I can't work. Basically, I can't work for a year, and I have to fight this and beat this. So, oh, sorry, buddy. So it's gonna take my option of working, and believe it or not, to get aid, that's been an interesting to get assistance to get us through this year. You'd think I was trying to take it out of their back pocket, even though I've paid into it for a lot of years. But you know, come to the never mind. I'm not even gonna finish that. So I'm having to fight that on top of having to fight cancer. So yay me! Not a pity party though. It's not a pity party. I'm gonna beat this. But back on track. These are gonna dry, and I may cut these down into 1/4 inch strips, do some strips, and do some other things. There's options. So when I figure out what I'm gonna do with these 2 sheets, I will definitely show you what I end up doing with them. But until the next time I get around to playing again, and that I'm exhausted from this already, then I'm gonna go get some rest, clean this mess up, and then get some rest. And hopefully, I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I have more treatment on Monday, so I gotta try to use my energy the best I can. So hopefully, I will see you all soon, sometime this week. I got to take photos of all those cards, and I haven't even gotten one card loaded up on the site yet. So hopefully, I can do that and get as many sets as possible, because I don't want to just sell one card. I want to do sets because I'm going to be shipping them, and I'm going to have to stay in the United States with the shipping, because as far as distance, I can't eat the cost of shipping to another state or another country. So I'm hoping that I price the cards well enough to cover the shipping, and not too high that you're not wanting to pay that price. So that's why I haven't taken any pictures. I also have decals that I'm going to put up on that site too. And when you select a set of cards, I'm going to throw in a decal that I use for my Cricut. Cut out the ribbon. It'll either be breast cancer, which is pink, brain cancer, which is white, and lavender, which is, they say, is universal for all of them. So breast, and then gray is brain. That hits home with myself, but my nephew. The lung is me. Breast cancer is one of my best friends growing up. Her mom beat breast cancer. She had a bout with it also. So thankfully, it hasn't returned for either of them. So those are the ones that I'm leaning towards. But I also can do, if you want a different type, like a different color that represents a different cancer, I can do specially. I have a list of all of them. So if you tell me which one, I'll look at the list and send it in the package if you want one outside of the breast, brain, lung, and universal. Okay, I'm gonna start babbling now. Thank you for all of you for watching. Thanks for being supportive and understanding that a lot's been going on and the videos slowed down quite a bit. I appreciate your support. Goodness, he's shaking the desk from scratching. He hasn't been in here, so it's been hard for him too, because he loves coming into Grandma's craft room. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for sticking around and being patient. And I will catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.